This beautiful woman is on a road trip with her husband, smiling happily. But deep down, she is questioning every choice she has ever made, and she is thinking about killing him. 9 months earlier, Liv and Will were a happy newlywed couple living in New York. At a party, Liv talks with Bonnie, who is surprised she moved for Will. On Christmas Eve, Liv's mom, Carol, calls, revealing her ongoing obsession with Liv's biological father after her divorce. Meanwhile, Will claims he has a business meeting. Later, Will returns home, and the couple enjoys Christmas Eve together until Liv finds a message from a woman named Sol while Will showers. She soon realizes he's been having an affair. Heartbroken, she confronts him and throws him out. The next day, on Christmas, Will surprises Liv with honeymoon tickets as an apology. She forgives him and agrees to the trip. 9 months later, on their vacation, Liv subtly hints at Will's betrayal, and he apologizes. Flashback to 3 weeks earlier, Liv hacks into Will's laptop and discovers his affair with another woman, Kara, including an explicit tape. Devastated, she decides to go on the trip with him anyway, but now with a hidden agenda. Back in the present, Liv makes 2 failed attempts to kill Will, determined not to end up like her mother, heartbroken and discarded. Just as she starts considering forgiveness, she overhears Will telling Kara that he plans to leave Liv. Will then returns to the room, unaware Liv knows the truth, and they get frisky. Liv and Will continue their trip, with Liv secretly plotting revenge. Soon, Kara, the woman Will is having an affair with, arrives with her boyfriend, Garth. Will introduces Kara as his junior at work, but Liv already knows the truth. Kara and Garth invite them on a trek. Will refuses at first, but Liv convinces him. A flashback from 2 weeks earlier reveals Liv has been stalking Kara, following her everywhere and even preventing her from meeting Will at a hotel. Back in the present, things go wrong. Will injures his foot, locks their keys in the car, and it gets stolen. Kara and Garth give them a ride, and they all end up at the same hotel. Liv's passive-aggressive behavior unsettles Will. Later, Liv confronts Kara about the affair. Kara indirectly apologizes, but Liv and Will argue again. Liv then drinks heavily and passes out. Meanwhile, Will runs into Kara. In the final moments, Liv wakes up, checks Will's phone, and learns he's meeting Kara at a waterfall. She rushes there and, upon seeing someone in red, pushes them off the cliff. Will once carefully planned to ask Carol for Liv's hand in marriage, but Liv unknowingly ruined his surprise proposal. In the present, Liv wakes up, believing she has killed Will. She scrambles to cover her tracks, rehearsing exactly what she will say. But then, there's a knock at the door. To her shock, Will is standing there, very much alive. Will apologizes for his actions the night before, blaming it on being drunk. Liv begins to doubt herself, wondering if she only imagined killing him. However, when they check out of the hotel, they learn that Kara has disappeared. Then, the awful truth hits Liv. Kara had been wearing Will's red sweater the night before. She realizes she pushed Kara off the waterfall by mistake. A search team is called, and while pretending to help, Liv secretly pockets a chain she finds at the scene. Hours later, the team discovers a gravely injured Kara and rushes her to the hospital. She briefly regains consciousness but remembers nothing about the fall. Soon after, she dies. As the police begin investigating, Liv is overwhelmed with guilt. She calls her mother, who unknowingly advises her to face the truth. Meanwhile, Will finally admits his affair with Kara and begs Liv to be his alibi. When questioned by the police, Liv lies to protect him. Liv pushes Will for details about his affair, realizing he never loved Kara, but Kara loved him. Heartbroken, Liv leaves him at the bar in tears. Haunted by guilt, Liv starts seeing visions of Kara everywhere. She drinks heavily to cope but eventually seeks out a priest, who reassures her that Kara's death was an accident. Later, she returns to the bar, shocking Will with her disheveled state. The next morning, Liv remains passive-aggressive. Will invites her to an office event in honor of Kara. There, Bonnie gives a toast, while Liv struggles to keep her emotions in check. Soon, Will learns that the police are investigating Kara's death as a murder. Panicked, he rushes Liv out of the event. Back home, they rush to erase evidence of Will's affair. Will admits he gave Kara a key to their home, and emails could expose their relationship. He deletes Kara's messages from her office laptop, while Liv sneaks into Garth's place to steal back the key, but their troubles aren't over. Detectives Rollins and Wiseman take them in for questioning. When Liv and Will recite the exact same story, it raises suspicion. Things get worse when the detectives find footage of Liv at Kara's gym contradicting her claim that she didn't know Kara before the trip. By the end of the episode, Garth is arrested for Kara's murder. Just as Liv thinks she's in the clear, her mother, Carol, shows up at her door. Carol visits Liv to check on her, but Liv insists she's fine and that things with Will are going well. Carol doesn't believe her. Meanwhile, Garth is being questioned by the police, who suspect he's lying about the night Kara died. Evidence contradicts his alibi. When Will comes home, he's startled to find Carol waiting. He fears Liv told her about his affair, but Liv assures him she didn't. Though their conversation is tense, Detective Rollins visits Liv again, pressing her for information. Liv deflects but eventually suggests that Garth was possessive over Kara. The detective uses this to provoke Garth, hoping to learn more about Liv, but it doesn't work. Later, Will convinces Liv to start a family, and she reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, Carol snoops around their home, searching for proof of Will's deceit. She finds Polaroids of another woman in his drawer and gives them to Liv the next day. Carol urges Liv to leave with her. Overwhelmed, Liv admits that she accidentally killed Kara. After an emotional exchange, Carol leaves. In the final moments, Liv confronts Will about the Polaroids. She realizes they aren't of Kara but another woman, Kara's best friend, Marissa. Will confesses to sleeping with her before Kara. Their argument is cut short when Garth barges in, threatening Liv with a gun. In a desperate move, Liv strikes him. Later the police arrive, and Liv has to go in for questioning. Liv confesses to detectives that she killed Garth in self-defense. After some questioning, they let her go. She then asks Will for a divorce, but he refuses. Desperate to move on, Liv sleeps with her neighbor, Ash. When she tells Will, he threatens to report her to the police for Garth's murder if she leaves him. Trapped, Liv has no choice but to stay. Will also decides they're moving back to London, giving Liv no say. To rebel, Liv humiliates Will at a farewell party and meets up with Marissa, but nothing shakes him. Just as they are about to board a flight, detectives stop them. Liv secretly leaked Will and Kara's explicit tape, leading to his arrest. She then tells the police that Will made her lie about his alibi. As a result, he is sentenced to 25 years in prison. 3 months later, Liv finally settles in the US. She visits Will in prison, who now knows she killed Kara. He agrees to take the fall but wants her to wait for him. Liv plays mind games, hinting that she might be pregnant. By the end, Liv has written a book, Wilderness, revealing that her mother was right. It's never truly safe. She visits the waterfall where she pushed Kara, where a man warns her about standing too close and starts to mansplain Kara's case. Instead of listening, she lectures him, and the show ends.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like for more videos like this.